Why do you build me up? Buttercup, baby, just to let me down and mess me around, and the worst of all.
What is going on, guys? As you can see, it is dark. That's because we were able to stay at Dorney until 9 tonight. They closed at 9. Woo! So today, I will be reviewing this visit we just had to Dorney. And so, yeah, let's just get started, my dudes. So when we first got to Dorney Park, we headed to Possessed, but then maintenance started coming over and all that shit. So then we headed to Steel Force, and this is, which was a really good ride on it. And after Steel Force, we headed to Thunderhawk, which was alright ride on that. And after Thunderhawk, Possessed opened, so we headed over to that. And right after Possessed, we went to Wild Water Kingdom, and I went earthing even when I didn't need to. Like, I went earthing while I was eating at Subway, and I was earthing in Tradewinds gift shop too, which was fun. And yeah, so it's fun to go earthing when you don't need to, guys. Like, yeah, it's optional, but it's fun. So after that, we started our water slide. So the first water slide we did was Aqua Blast, because the line gets pretty freaking long for that. So yeah,
I was surprised them weren't that bad today.
Yeah, so after Aqua Blast, we headed to Cascade, which was a really good ride on it because we went backwards and then we both flipped off the tube, which was nuts. And then after that, we went on Wild Water Rapids twice, where where I marathoned the green slide twice. And yeah, so after my marathon at the green slide of Wild Water Rapids, we went to Snake Pit, and for the first time ever, a lifeguard made me put my phone in the shoe drop. which was not good, because when you place your stuff in shoe drop bins at water park, people, like, somebody could steal your stuff at any time they want. So don't put your stuff in there if you don't have to, unless a lifeguard makes you, like what happened to me. So
yeah, definitely not recommended.
Yeah,
I lost slides in 2019 putting it in that shoe drop box. I just wouldn't. I wouldn't recommend it at all.
Yeah. So after Snake Pit, we just headed to Aqua Racer, where this happened to me again, where I had to put my phone in the freaking shoe drop. Like, what is up? Like, so after the Aqua Racer, we figured out that this is a new policy, so I had to put my freaking iPod back on my stuff, and which wasn't good. Which meant we had to do all of the reviews at the waypoint. So yeah, so after I put my iPod back, sadly, we headed to Lightning Falls for a ride on that. And after Lightning Falls, we headed to Patriots Plunge, where I rode the white slide, and it was funny, I was screaming, "Whoa!" coming down. And yeah, so after Patriots Plunge, we did a re-ride on Aqua Blast, which was really good. And after that re-ride on Aqua Blast, we did Cascade, we went on Wild Water Rapids, actually, which was really good. And for some reason on Wild Water Rapids, I got away with this twice on Wild Water Rapids, but for some reason, this time, our lifeguard made me take my freaking aqua shirt off, which, yeah, so that was something. I'm not saying it's not a good thing, but that was something, alright. So yeah, so after Wild Water Rapids, we headed to Snake Pit. We headed to Cascade for a re-ride on that, which was good. And after Cascade, we headed to Snake Pit, where I did the green boa blasters, and I really got an urge to get on Constrictor again, because I chose to do the green boa blaster slide this time. So yeah, so after that ride on Snake Pit, we headed to Aqua Racer, and then I got an urge to get on Constrictor again. So yeah, so after Constrictor, after my re-ride on Constrictor at least, we headed to Thunder Canyon, which was a really good ride on it. The waterfalls like me on it because I keep getting soaked in them every time we get on it. But yeah, so after Thunder Canyon, we headed to Whitewater Landing, which was a decent ride on that. And after Whitewater Landing, we headed to Hydra and Meteor. Hydra is seriously developing a rattle, but Meteor was good. And yeah, so after Meteor, we headed to Wave Swinger, which was a good ride on it. And after Wave Swinger, we headed to Talon, and that was a good ride back on it. And after Talon, we headed to Dodgem, and that was really good. I did that because I missed the old voice on it where I was like, welcome to Dodgem. So yeah, so after Dodgem, we headed to Kaleidoscope, which was a decent ride on that. And after Kaleidoscope, we headed to the Ferris Wheel, which was a good ride on that. And so after the Ferris Wheel, we headed to Enterprise. And after Enterprise, we headed to Dominator, which Jabbar didn't even see us all 3 times we rode it until like later in the day. I'll get more into that later, but yeah, so we rode it 3 times only for him to not see us. So
well, that wasn't the reason why we rode it, but yeah, we thought maybe he would see him, but we didn't just specifically ride it for Jabbar. We did it for ourselves, but
yeah, I'm not saying we rode it for Jabbar, even though he is my favorite ride up. Like, yeah, so after Dominator, we headed to Demon Drop, which was a good ride on it. And after Demon Drop, we headed to Thunderhawk, which was another alright ride on it. And after Thunderhawk, we headed to Steel Force, which was a good ride on that. And after Steel Force, we went to Revolution, where, get this, like, this ride named Anthony, like, made me, as soon as I took my shoes and socks off, he was like in the back, but you must have your shoes on. If they are not flip-flops or size, you must have your shoes on. And I was like enraged at that. Like, oh my god, like, what the heck? Like, oh, I get that I thought the same thing until later, but yeah, so basically Anthony was like my earlier days, so yeah, so that sucked that I had to keep my shoes and socks on because of Anthony. So new resolution, I'm gonna start bringing Crocs to Revolution every time Anthony is the ride up there, because like I really want my earthing rides on Revolution, okay, and I do not want to have that happen again. So yeah, so after that we headed to Possessed, which was another decent ride on it. And after Possessed, we headed to Dominator Red for a re-ride on that, where like the ride broke down because like some guy, I don't know.
Yeah, it was a mechanical issue.
Oh,
yeah, remember?
Oh yeah, but anyway, that triggered Jabbar to come out, and he was like, "Bro, why did you take your socks and shoes off again?" And we needed that, to be honest. And then as soon as we got off the ride, he was like, "Bro, stop taking off your socks and shoes. That's weird." So shout out Jabbar again, and the female ride up caught on to it, and she was like, "What? Wait, why did you take off your socks?" And Jabbar was like, "That's the same question! That's my same question whenever I see this dude. Like, every time I see this dude, he always takes off his socks and shoes." So, after that funniness, we headed to Coaster's Drive-In for a meal there, which was really good. And after Coaster's Drive-In, we headed to Talon, which was really good. And after that, we ended the night with Hydra, where I was like, "Yeah, woo!" And the ride out that was checking our restraints was like, "Yo, I love your energy!" This isn't the first time this has happened, guys. So, yeah, so that concludes. So after Hydra, that basically concluded our day at Dorney Park. So what did I think of this visit? It was a freaking funny visit and a good visit, despite me having to keep my shoes and socks on at Revolution because of Anthony's probable assumptions. So yeah, so that concludes my that concludes this review of June 24th 2022 at Dorney Park. So make sure to reply to me your thoughts on this video, and make sure to stay tuned for more coming soon to Coaster Plus Music 19, and make sure to check out my merch store on Bonfire. I'll have a link in the description. I have t-shirts, face masks, all the things, so make sure to go check that out. I'll have a link in the description, and make sure to subscribe if you are new and turn on post notifications so you will not miss whenever I upload a new video, and I will see you in the next